If you can welcome to the stage Tom Williamson, who's going to tell us that Tom Williamson is wrong, probably because he hasn't got any flags. I mean, surely.
I'll take it. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yes, what you see at Ignite quite a lot are motivational talks. So I thought I'd do something a bit different and I'd have a go at doing a motivational talk myself. And I'm going to start by saying, Tom Williamson is wrong. I, Julius Caesar, am wrong. And you're wrong, and you're wrong, and you're wrong. We are all wrong. We have all been wrong. We are all wrong now, and we will all be wrong in the future. Now, why do I know that? Because I am part of the human species. I am part of the same species whose members vote for Donald Trump, whose members vote for Brexit, whose members watch Gogglebox. I know that I am part of everyone else, and I know everyone gets things wrong because no one's perfect. I have been wrong right here on this stage. Probably a couple of years ago, I did a talk about the Korean War, and I said it was the first war that featured jet fighters. That was completely wrong because the Nazis had jet fighters towards the end of World War II. I wake up in a cold sweat every night about getting that wrong. But I've also been wrong in my academic career. Back when I was doing like A-levels, I used to believe that aspartame was incredibly bad for you, because if you look at a can of Diet Coke, it will say, contains a source of phenylalanine. And you go, oh, now why would they need to tell you that if it wasn't bad for you? So this is what aspartame looks like. And that ring at the top, that's what's called a benzyl group. It's a benzene ring. We know benzene's bad. Benzene does bad things to you. So I, as a teenager, went on the internet in the late 90s, and my confirmation bias kicked in because I found plenty of stories saying that aspartame's bad for you and that it gives you brain cancer and that sort of thing. But unfortunately, the reality is far more mundane. There is a genetic disorder called phenylketonuria, or PKU, and if you've got that, this is a baby being tested for it, if you've got that, drinking Diet Coke is a very, very bad idea, but it's nothing to do with causing brain cancer or anything like that. So I'll just want to introduce a visual metaphor at this point. I fell off the tightrope of righteousness, because being right all the time is like walking on a tightrope, and you can fall off that tightrope very, very easily. And if you fall off on something small, like what I used to believe in, then it can be embarrassing, and you can lose some respect, and you can lose time. Invest a lot of time in believing wrong things. But it's pretty easy to get back on the tightrope. It's only a short distance to get back up on it. But what about bigger questions? Questions which are far too big to address in a 5-minute talk. Now the tightrope is a lot higher, and you've got a lot further to fall. But if you fall off a tightrope, you might have a very, very comfy, one of these things that gymnasts have. And if you're wrong in some of your larger beliefs, and if you stop being wrong, then you might lose friends, you might lose your family, you might lose your belief system, maybe even your reason for existing. So what you really want is some help staying on the tightrope, and there are plenty of tools out there to enable you to do so. So science, reason, logic, and dare I say skepticism, they can all help you to stay on the tightrope. And how do we know we're wrong? One word, big letters, evidence. If the evidence contradicts what you believe, then you are wrong. So how do you deal with being wrong? There's basically two ways to deal with being wrong. One way is to just, shrug your shoulders, do it the sensible way and go, yeah, I was wrong. Unless you're a surgeon or something, being wrong isn't usually that big a deal. But there is a wrong way to react to being wrong, and that is to double down. That is to go, no, I'm definitely right. You can be as wrong as the KFC double down, which is mayonnaise, bacon, and cheese in between 2 bits of fried chicken. That's very, very wrong. So an example of how doubling down can just make you do very, very strange things. It leads to what's called cognitive dissonance. If your brain believes one thing and the evidence points to something else, then you can start doing some very, very strange things. An example of that, I was made aware of recently, is something called the Mandela effect. Now, People learn that in the film Forrest Gump, no one ever says life is like a box of chocolates. And people learn that Darth Vader never said, Luke, I am your father. And instead of going, oh, wow, wow, I'm wrong. Wow, after all these years, I'm wrong. They go, no, I must be right. So scientists at CERN, they're playing with reality with all their particles. Or they believe that dimensions are crashing into our dimension and they're changing little bits of reality. So people believe things, people will rather stay wrong and then invent fantastic explanations for it. But what I want to finish by saying is, I want to be wrong. Because if you know you can be wrong, you should be wrong. You should want to know that you're wrong. So I want to be wrong, and so should all of you. Thank you.